This week in the world of news from books, beards, and brews. All right. As always, I'm Bob of Tales by Bob.
I'm the Ask the Podcast, Derek.
And this week you get classic lineup books, beards, booze.
Also known as the lesser form.
Yeah. It's kind of like a classic NES game. Sure, it's cool and all. There's a nostalgia factor, but do you really want to play that as opposed to like Fallout 4?
In certain instances, yes. And we're hoping today is one of those instances.
Yeah, very, very minor instance. Creative consultant Tonya's got some personal stuff going on. Send her some good vibes. She'd appreciate it. But she can't be here today, so you're stuck. You're stuck with the boys.
Woo!
So,
you know what we should do?
Is pour one out for the boys. Have a cold one with the boys.
Yeah, let's do this old school, Bob. I don't know if you remember this. It's been a long time, but when we used to do this show,
yeah, we did a lot more drinking.
We used to get drunk while we did it.
Yeah, so that's so. What are we sipping on here, Derek?
We are sipping on Detling Alabama bourbon.
Right. So if you're a patron, you can watch a video of us trying this, like a more in-depth review. But in short, it's no, I'm good. It's supposed to be bourbon, but it tastes more like rye. But it's good, especially with water.
Maybe it's just me because I haven't had much recently. I haven't been drinking, so maybe
I don't know. It's pretty rye.
Well, and let's be fair, it is. We are drinking at room temperatures.
True.
And you're used to drinking your whiskey.
Well, I've pretty
right?
much got to where I just drink it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I do put I normally put
heaven.
Heaven lives in the
Ice
freezer.
cold.
Yeah, I keep my heaven in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
But
otherwise it might get out.
yeah. But everything else I keep room temperature. But I do typically put like 2 cubes of ice in there, so it's a little cooler. But no, it's good. It's warming, which we need on this on this cold summer day.
I just kind of thought that it was new. I'd never heard of it.
Yeah.
By the look of, I was, to be frank, I wasn't expecting much.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. No. It's not as good to me as Clyde Mays. Clyde Mays is still my favorite Alabama whiskey, but this has the benefit of actually being made in Alabama. So it's made in Atmore.
Also, it's really cool because I didn't realize that the ABC store would put those they had a little sign that showed the state of Alabama on it with the price to denote that it was made in Alabama, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep an eye out for
support
anything
local. So, all right. So
if things get loopy, by the way, it's because I keep opening this bottle.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to change things up very slightly. We've basically decided now all business kind of deal we're going to do on the news episode. So like anytime we announce like a new super fan or we have like emails to read out, all that's going to be done on the news episode going forth, and the Wednesday episode will be kept pure with just the topic. So only business we have this week. I just want to remind everybody about what books we're reading coming up this month. At the end of this month, you have until the last Friday of this month to read Jade City before our discussion on Jade City drops.
I mean, maybe it's good. You tell us.
As much as we've talked about how much we love it, they know.
Yeah. My brother's reading it right now. I bought him a copy.
Good. The book we're going to be reading after that, it's on KU. If you don't have KU, consider it. It's great. But that's Kindle Unlimited for those who don't know the hip slang. Yeah. But we're going to be reading The Narrows by Travis M. Riddle. And the book after that, for those who don't know, if you're a patron on our Patreon over $5, you get to pick a book for us to read. And so Ryan, he was our first guy to go over five or more. Brand Ambassador Ryan. Yeah. He picked for us to read Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy.
So I've already purchased this book.
Yeah.
I know nothing about it. Didn't even read
it's a Western.
About. Really?
Yeah. It's Cormac. So I don't know how much you know about Cormac McCarthy.
Well, I've read
The Road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. It's going to be nothing like that.
Okay.
Because The Road is like he also wrote I think he wrote like All the Pretty Horses.
Really?
Yeah, but he also wrote No Country for Old Men.
I've not seen that. I know they made it.
Yeah, and so he's written a lot of like kind of you call it like modern day westerny kind of stuff.
That's
like so like All the Pretty Horses and No Country for Old Men and stuff like that. His early stuff, I looked into. I haven't read any of it. His early stuff is all like kind of surreal, weird shit. But Blood Meridian is a Western. Like it's like back in the 1800s Western.
I've never read a Western.
I've read a ton, but they're all Louis L'Amour, and this is not going to be anything like that. This is it's going to be a rough ride. Cormac McCarthy is very polarizing. The Road is kind of his most traditional writing, I think. Apparently, he's one of those guys that he knows what he's doing, so he does what he wants to with grammar.
Yeah,
and so you'll either love it or hate it. But there's apparently like just a faint hint of the supernatural, maybe to it. Like, is this guy the devil? Is he not? Maybe you don't know. But I think
I'm super into this.
Yeah,
okay.
no, I think like rough premise is something like guy joins. Maybe he joins like an outlaw band, maybe kind of deal. I can't remember. I read like the back of the book like some time ago, and but yeah, it's people rave about this book, and then other people just don't like Cormac McCarthy. So, so I'm hyped for that. When he was like, I'm thinking Cormac McCarthy. Like I was thinking like maybe The Road, because I think that would fit a little better with what they'll do. Or Blood Meridian is like, do Blood Meridian, because I've read The Road and I really want to read Blood Meridian.
And I read The Road too.
This is my excuse to actually spend the money to buy Blood Meridian.
There you go.
So
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So
I've got a lot of books that I really want to read coming down.
Yeah. So you've got some time to get those read, but just wanted to make sure everyone knew what they were reading coming up if you want to partake in that.
Which we highly suggest, especially for those that don't read too often.
One book every 2 months, it's not a big ask.
Yeah, and I think it's good for you to read,
yeah.
And also then you'll be able to have a conversation with us about it.
And this is a wide variety of books. Jade City is modern fantasy, The Narrows is horror, and Blood Meridian is Western. So
I'm into it.
You'll broaden your horizons. So, yeah. All right. So here's my first headline.
Mm-hmm.
A Noble Cause. Right?
A Nobel?
No,
cause?
Noble. Because the UK's largest book chain, Waterstones, bought Barnes & Noble's.
What?
Yeah. Which is the biggest chain in the US. What?
Why do we not have one then?
We used to.
I know we used to, and I used to use it, but now I only have the Books A Million.
I think it was because it was too close to the south side of town, and basically all businesses on the south side of town
kind of crapped out.
Have crapped out. And they were right there where the Southern Boulevard meets the Eastern, and it just wasn't a good part of town.
Okay.
And so, but also, so that surprised me. I would have bet money that Books A Million was the bigger chain. I really would have.
I guess that's just one of those buys because that's the one we always see and the one we always use.
But so apparently Barnes & Noble's is the biggest. It's actually a lot bigger than Waterstones. Like a lot bigger.
Then
how much bigger?
How?
It has twice as many stores with 7 times the revenue. So
explain this to me, Bob.
I will. But so Barnes & Noble has 627 stores, which fuck me, how? With a presence in all 50 states, and they recorded sales of $3.7 billion in 2018. Waterstones has 293 bookstores, including like some smaller chains like Foyles and Hatchards, which I don't fucking know, British stuff. And their revenue was £402 million last year. So, I don't know, $600 million,
maybe more,
something like that. And it operates shops not only in like Great Britain but also Ireland, the Netherlands, and Belgium. But it's basically it's not Waterstones, it's the hedge fund that owns Waterstones.
Got it.
Is also bought Barnes & Noble, and they're putting James Daunt, who's the head of Waterstones. They're moving him to New York, and he's going to be the chief executive of both chains. Now, they're going to keep them separate brands, and they're going to operate separately, but it's all one company.
That's curious.
Yes. Yes, it is. I'll tell you my biggest problem with Barnes & Noble is their website blows. It sucks so fucking hard. That said, I'll say this. They they have really good writers for it. They do a lot of really cool articles on there. I don't know if you ever paid any attention.
Yeah.
They do some really good articles, like lists of like, oh, here's like books in this weird niche you should check out, and like stuff like that. Like they do some really good work in that regard. But the website feels like it came out of the early 2000s and was never updated. And they're
Or finished.
yeah, and their prices are super fucky. I remember I got a $25 gift card to Barnes and Nobles for Christmas one year, and so we don't have one around here. So I went online, and I was able to purchase 2 used books. Basically, is what I got. 2 of the 3 Malazan books I was missing. Is I used that.
Wow, that's a legacy right there.
Yeah.
What a useful card that it turned out to be.
Yeah. So it was like, and their site, it's just shitty. It's just a shitty site. So hopefully they will fix that.
Tighten that shit up.
Yeah. God. All right. This headline is called Going Deep. All right. So I found this neat, fun little article, which I have it scheduled. It's going to post sometime on Sunday on our Facebook page. So if this really interests you, you can go to our Facebook page and click this article. But it's by Heather Dockeray. And so you know on Instagram, there's Bookstagram. It's like the book community on Instagram.
Where people just take pictures in front of books.
Yeah, more or less. That's
or of their bookshelf.
That's the surface level Bookstagram. Apparently there's a deeper, stranger, and far murkier part of book Instagram. And so she went through and found some of them. And so she's like, here you'll find some of the platform's more eccentric thematic offerings. A satirical dating profile account for a Southern Gothic writer. It's literally, I looked at it, it's a woman who got a Flannery O'Connor mask and goes around taking pictures as though she's Flannery O'Connor, like for a dating profile. It's hilarious and great. But then there's like a page dedicated to bizarro horror fiction, one that celebrates the weirdest 70s and 80s and 90s young adult fiction. It's weird. Like it'll be one of just nothing but like really like those kid book covers that they like change the titles on them to make it match what the image looks like, but it'd be really fucked up.
Yeah.
So there's a whole. She found like 10 of the weirdest parts of Bookstagram
and just kind of talks about them.
Yeah, and there's links in the article to each of them. So if you're feeling bold, go check that out.
Well, I mean, none of that sounds overly not safe for work or life or anything.
Yeah,
So
there's no pictures on there that like if your boss walked by, you'd be like, oh, what the fuck is this? But if he were to read some of these book titles, he might be like,
what the fuck are you looking at?
What even is this?
Remind me to tell you a story about my boss later.
All right. So this next headline is Differing Degrees of Booze. Okay. So Gallup did a poll to see how much people spend on booze.
This much.
And then like parsed it all out by degree, like how many degrees you have and whatnot. Okay. So here's the full rundown. I'm just going to just run through it.
Right.
People with a graduate degree spend an average of nearly $1,000 a year on booze, compared to only about $100 for those with less than a high school degree. There's even a big gulf between high school grads, which spend $276 a year, and college grads, which spend $760 a year. Now, these are averages, or they're being pulled down by those households who just don't drink.
Yeah.
So it's weighted down.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. It's like, does that include beer?
Well, it does. Okay. It does include beer. So those who are less well-educated and less affluent are more likely to abstain completely from alcohol, which kind of surprised me. Because like being part of the less affluent, I spend a lot of money.
Yeah,
on
but
booze.
you have that's
but I do have degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like 78% of adults with a household income of 75 grand a year or more say that they at least sometimes drink, with just 45% of households making less than 30,000. 80% of college grads drink, while only about half of those with a high school degree do. Higher income, well-educated people are also more likely to have a drink within the last 24 hours. Fully 45% of those who make 75 grand or more had consumed a drink in the past 24 hours, whereas only 45% of college grads had. That's compared with just 18% of those who had earned less than 30,000 and 28% of people with a high school degree or less. So I think the moral there is, the more you know, the more unhappy you are, and the more you have to drink away the existential crisis of life.
Or you have
more knowledge and you know how great beer is.
I think it's more like you're better educated. You understand that you only get one.
Yeah.
So
also
within reason, let's enjoy it.
They talked more in this article, and like part of the cost disparity is, shocker, people with more money
will buy better liquor.
Will buy higher quality liquor. So it's like, like the guy making 100 grand, he's buying, top shelf whiskey, whereas the guy making 40, he's buying beer.
Oh, crow. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah, so like I just thought that was kind of neat, just how much of a disparity there was there. And just in general, just kind of some surprising findings there.
I imagine some of that's to do with like people that don't have a high school education not drinking that much. It's because they probably were working multiple jobs and they don't really have time.
Yeah, no, they got time to smoke a bowl.
Well, they might have time to do that.
Zombies coming up to the hell right now. I got time to smoke a bowl. For any of you who remember that video from the internets.
Yep.
Got some Beard Watch news.
Does it involve me wearing beard oil for the first time?
How's that working out for you?
I don't know.
Yeah? Now, is it a beard wash or a beard oil?
Beard oil.
Beard oil. Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know what a beard wash is. I barely know what a beard oil is.
Basically beard shampoo. I don't use beard oil. I use a beard
shampoo.
It's a beard wash.
Yeah.
It's because like shampoo is designed to strip oils.
Yeah.
Your beard needs oils.
Yeah, that's what.
So beard washes are designed to not strip all the oils. So it's different. That's
okay.
So I use a Badass beard wash.
So I used this that I've washed my beard.
Yeah,
and then takes away and then to put the oil on it, and it puts the oil back in.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think I need to. I think
it's going to take some time. I feel like.
Yeah, and I also just kind of need to trim my beard because like
I just got a beard trim this week. Seville. Go to Seville.
Well, my thing is, I just want to take some off the sides. I don't really want to do anything with this.
That's what I did. I got her to take the sides down and square. Yeah. She squared off the bottom just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Basically, just took all the wild hairs and got rid of them.
Yeah,
and it was great. Mallory, really any of the girls there at Seville could do it. Jessica is kind of like the beard specialist, but Mallory did a great job, and Jen also does great beard work. All three of them have handled my beard at some point. I've been very happy with it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you're in Montgomery, Seville, basement cuts, but it's it's primarily a women's salon, but they do,
except for when you show up. Well, I mean, it's still...
well, yeah, but no, they do. I mean, they have a lot. They have a lot of guys there. I mean, they do a lot of like, our buddy Chris. He gets his hair there, and his haircut looks fucking fantastic.
Recently,
He's been on
I was gonna say, honestly, I would have. You guys always mention it. I've only ever heard the dudes around me mention it, so I was just like, "Oh, it's a dude hair place." Okay.
Well, I really, for like people in my circle, that's the only place dudes go that I know of. But like, I don't know. I think it's just like more dudes are just more like, "Oh man, I went to this." Like, think in the past, like I just got a normal haircut from a normal place. It's not really worth bragging about.
Yeah, it's not.
But this is like, I got this cool haircut from Seville. Go to Seville because I got this cool haircut. Or like, oh man, they did my beard right.
Yeah.
Whereas women, like one thing they're really known for is like the rainbow hair dye jobs and stuff like that.
I have them liked on Facebook or something.
They do some incredible stuff like that. So, but at the end of the day, like it's. I feel like women are less perhaps inclined to go bragging about their hair salon. Mm-hmm. us guys are the novelty of it.
We're like, hey, we did a thing to make us not look like garbage. How about that?
Yeah, whereas women kind of have
always
do that, you know, like so. Yeah, there's
because
that.
you know what? It's because guys look at it and go, "You don't look like trash. How come you don't look like trash today, sir?" And let me tell you.
Yeah, which I had a funny. I had a conversation with a guy yesterday, and we were talking about a mutual female friend of ours, and she recently got a new boyfriend, and he was like, the verdict's still on the boyfriend. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, there's nothing. Like, I've talked with him a little bit. Like, I'm just very neutral on him, but like he's a guy who very clearly spends a lot of time caring about his appearance. Like, a lot of time. And I was like,
I don't know how to handle it.
I just don't know how I feel about that. Because, like, and I was like, I don't really know a lot of guys that spend a lot of time caring about their appearance, you know? So it's just kind of a weird.
It's just one of those, like, I don't
know how I feel about him. Like,
nothing against him. Just I don't have experience with a person like this.
Yeah, like this is new for me. So he's probably a great dude. I should probably just hit him up for, like, you know, life little grooming tips, but no. So anyway, so the beard watch.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor shaved so the headline said he shaved his beard. He did not shave his beard. He trimmed his beard down to slightly above stubble.
Okay.
So he got rid of 80% of his beard, but he still has a beard. So headline was very clickbaity. He looks so totally different. And it's like, he still has a beard. Like, yes, it's not his kind of distinctive, slightly longer beard, but calm down. He still has a beard. Also, Harrison Ford grew a beard. And can I just say, damn.
Have I ever seen Harrison Ford with a beard?
I could not recall, because I'm thinking, you know, Indiana Jones, Han Solo, they never had beards.
Do you have one in The Fugitive?
I don't think so. I think he's pretty much always been clean shaven. Like, maybe he's been like stubbly and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, this is a full blown beard. I mean, he's older now, so it's white,
you
know, but it's a good looking beard. So damn. So get this. So last week, I think I announced that they had the World Beard Championships.
It was recently, yeah.
Yeah, and it was in Antwerp, I think, Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, Antwerp, Belgium. All right, so I didn't go into detail because the articles I read didn't really go into much detail, like on all the categories, who won, yada, yada, yada. Well, so this headline is, She Can Hack It. Christine Hackman faced a significant barrier in her bid to win an international beard and mustache competition because she doesn't grow any facial hair. But she's from Vancouver, and she's a wig maker. Like, that's what she does for a living. And so she built a beard out of yak hair and took home the top prize in the
freestyle.
No, they have a category called Ladies Realistic Beard.
That is the most epic thing.
So we need to get a beard for creative consultant Tonya and enter her, because I don't think we have good beards, but I don't see us. God, no. We're not that level competitors on beards, but we could wig her up in something. I feel like, and get her in this contest. Like, I feel like we need to look up the rules, figure out what's going on.
Okay, well, look, here's my point, and that's a lofty goal, you know. But let's keep it more localized for the moment.
Yeah.
How about we just get her a beard?
Oh, you know, we got her that nice tentacle clip-on mustache.
Yeah, and she hasn't
weird.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Shameful.
But I feel like if we got her a real, honest-to-goodness chin wig,
yeah, we
could probably get this done.
Yeah. I did see the winner of, like, the men's, like, natural category. He was from New Jersey. It was an impressive beard.
If we get her a chin wig, she can be in the videos now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think we should probably, you know, she can't be in the video, shouldn't have a beard.
Yeah, no, I think that's obvious.
It would clash too much.
Yeah,
you know?
No, yeah. I mean, we are books, beards, booze. Yeah,
so
obviously.
I feel like maybe we'll get her one so that she'll be allowed
to fit in. Yeah. No, I'm with that.
Mm.
So in this article, like, I was looking at the pictures, and she was in this picture with a bunch of guys in, like, motorcycle vests, but like were pretty clearly not motorcycle vests, but it had that look. And I was like, and for those who don't know, I'm part of a social club that we wear vests like that, like motorcycle style vests. But we support bands, so all our patches are like band patches, and we have band buttons and stuff like that. Well, I was like, what's going on here? So Vancouver has a like beard club that they go around where they have like vests like that. They have a one-piece patch on the back with. And so,
that's pretty great.
Yeah, no, it was. I was like looking at the picture. I was like, because it was her with like 3 guys in vests. I was like, what's going on here?
That's a club I'd get behind.
I did a deep dive on it, and I was like, yeah, it's a jacket club that's beard related. So,
Bob, why don't we have a beard club?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should start one. We should start the Montgomery Beard Club.
Oh, man.
Just get together like once a week or once a month.
Like, hey, you got a beard? You still got a beard? Good job, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's really all it is.
Yeah.
You know, and helping.
But those unfortunate.
I think this beard club helped send her to Antwerp, was like part of the deal, you know? So, like, yeah, we can start a beard club, do some charity work.
We already planned to with getting Tonya a chin wig.
Right, yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. No, do it.
We have to look into this.
Do a charity event, host a beard competition. Like, I feel like because the world championships, like, I feel like there's a circuit here, and we could get in on this, you know? Like, we get in on the...
If nothing else, they probably have, like, a celebration during that, so we can just go hang out at that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, it was in Europe this year, but it's every 2 years, I think. But 3 times it's been in the U.S., so maybe next time it'll be in the U.S.
I just imagine if you do something like that, how does that not turn into like Oktoberfest? Like it should be like a big celebration and the competition.
Yeah.
If it's not, then they're missing out.
Well, I guess they did it in May. Oh, God, they do it in the wrong time of year too. Like they did it in June.
Well, maybe they do it because nothing else is happening around that time.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I would assume.
But God, that's the hottest time of the year to have a beard.
Then we'll do it up north.
Yeah. Fair.
Or they should do it up north and we can travel up there and have an excuse.
Although I think one of the times was in like Austin, Texas, which is definitely not. But yeah, no. Like I think that should be like maybe a long-term goal is we plan to be at if next time that it's in America, we try and go to the international beard competition.
There you go.
All right. Well, that's all I had for news this week. Next week we should have creative consultant Tonya back. Thank God. We miss her and need her, and
because it's super awkward that I'm sitting in her spot right now.
Yeah,
but if I didn't do this, we wouldn't be able to even look at each other while we're talking.
Yeah,
it's super weird. Guys, this is really throwing us off. We need back our consultant.
So if this episode was shitty, it was entirely our fault because we didn't record earlier in the week when Tonya could have. So yeah, all right. Well, in the coming week, I haven't picked out what random object in the room.
Hold on. You could just be like, in the coming week.
May the blessing of the beard be upon you.
It's amazing how that works.
That doesn't seem like me, though.
It really doesn't. But good vibes can be sent
in the
out.
coming week, send good vibes to creative consultant Tonya, and may the blessing of the beard be upon you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Books, Beards, Booze. Our co-hosts are Bob, Derek, and Tonya. Our producer is Bob. For more information, visit our website, booksbeardsbooze.com. Follow our social media at Tales by Bob. If you enjoyed this podcast, please rate, subscribe, and share. Okay, bye.